Hey everybody, Jem Schofield here and welcome to the Canon EOS C100 video tutorial series. In this video we're going to take a look at some of the key video assist features in the camera, so let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about are zebras. If you come from a traditional videography background, you're used to using video camcorders, you might be familiar with zebras. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at those zebras. Let's pan the camera so everybody can see where to access that. On the side of the C100 you'll see a dedicated zebra button. And when we activate that, the default zebra is set to 70 plus minus 5. So when we get around 70%, we start to see zebras show up. This is really great for highlights. So let's go ahead and open up the camera here and you can start to see that and the highlight areas. Of course, not just for skin tone, but also for other things that are showing up in the frame. And there are ways to go into your menu system and set your zebras to 100% or something other than that. But I think that with this camera system, because we have a waveform monitor, you can really use that waveform monitor as your overall exposure tool, and then we can use zebras just to make sure that we're not clipping in highlights for things like this. So a great tool to have. Let's go ahead and turn off zebras. And now we're going to talk a little bit about peaking. Now we're going to go into a menu system here so we can take a look at that. If we press the menu button on the camera, we can go into the LCD VF or viewfinder menu, and we're going to scroll down to the peaking section. And in the peaking section, we're going to go to peaking 1, which is the default for the camera. And you can see that when we go in there, we can actually change the color, which by default is red. Let's go ahead and change it to yellow for now. And you'll also see that we can change the gain and we can change the frequency of that peaking. We'll step out of that and go back to the regular display. And then let's go to the side of the camera in the same area where we found the zebra button, and you'll see that there's a dedicated peaking button, and we'll press that. That will activate peaking. So let's go ahead and throw it out of focus right now, and we'll take a look at how that peaking works, and then we'll come into focus. Okay, cool. And then let's just go out of focus a little bit the other way, just so that people can see what's happening as you're coming into focus. And then as soon as it's tack sharp, you'll see it's actually going and it's looking at those higher contrast areas, and we should be tack sharp now, and that is the peaking feature. Let's go ahead and turn that off now on the camera system. And we're going to take a look at another one, which is called Edge Monitor. This is pretty cool. It's actually activated by going to the waveform button on the side. So let's go ahead and press the waveform button. When you press it the first time, you'll see the waveform monitor. When you press it the second time, it will activate the Edge Monitor. And this is really cool. The default version of this, you'll see 3 red boxes. And then let's go out of focus. And then as we start to come into focus on the subject or the object you're trying to focus on, you'll start to see that green. It'll start to increase and then just start to go just slowly out of focus again, so we can see what starts to happen with that. And then back into focus. So a very, very cool tool. You use the tool that you need that works for you when you're using the camera system. So let's go ahead and turn off the Edge Monitor. So now we're going to use one of the most commonly used view assist tools, which is magnification. We can access that in 2 ways on the camera system. On the side of the camera, button number 8, and we can press that and that will activate it. Or you can also activate it on the grip unit. In fact, most people probably will. Okay, so now I'm going to have Peter press the magnify button on the grip unit, and that will activate that. And as soon as that happens, we're going to see actually 3 things occur. By default, we would normally just see a magnification of approximately 2x on the camera. But we've gone into the other functions menu, and under there we've gone to the custom function, and we actually cover this in another video in the series. And we have added peaking, and we've also added black and white to that image, which makes it even easier for you to get critical focus. And you can use this feature when the camera's recording as well. So very, very cool. Let's go ahead and step out of that. And that's an overview of video assist features on the Canon EOS C100.